From the Roxo Media House studios here in Fort Worth, this is Frogs Today. We are back for Season 6 of our Frogs Today weekly show. Over the break, football got their 9th win of the season as Isleta New Mexico Bowl champs with a 34-3 performance over Louisiana Raging Cajuns. 20 new players are enrolled this semester to start their chapters as Horned Frogs. Sonny Dykes has the #1 recruiting class in the Big 12 and top 20 nationally. Our basketball teams are well into their conference play, with our men sitting at 2-3 in Big 12 play, while our women are off to their best conference start in history at 7-0. #2 ranked men's tennis took down #17 Stanford as they start their quest to defend their national championship last night. And we have a new AD in town. Mike Buddy from Army will take over for Jeremiah Donati as the 9th athletic director for TCU. It's Saturday, January 18th, and I'm your host, Preston Gamster from TCU Baseball. I transferred in this year, and it's great to be back home.
And I'm Luca Shinn with the baseball team, and also transferred this year from the University of Washington. Our season is just a month away as we hit the diamond for a 4-game series in San Diego from February 14th to 17th.
Our preseason starts next Friday, and we can't wait to see what Lupton Magic is all about. Everyone is back on campus, and as you heard at the top of the show, the grind is here. Top 10 women's basketball won again last night in the Schollmeyer against #23 ranked Utah, and the men are on the road tomorrow as they take on Baylor, nationally televised on ESPN at 4 p.m.
Women's swim and dive started their conference meets as they defeated Iowa State last night, and both the men and the women take on Incarnate Word today at 2 p.m.
Rifles in action tomorrow morning, all day against Ohio State and UTEP, and again on Monday, taking on just Ohio State.
Track and field as they get a brand new track that's under construction started their indoor season on the road at the Corky Classic in Lubbock, which started yesterday.
Your top-ranked beach volleyball team doesn't open their season until middle of February in Hawaii, but returned from Hermosa Beach this week from their annual preseason camp in California. We start with basketball when we return, but first, a word from our sponsor, Richard's Rainwater.
The best tasting water comes straight from the sky, leaving just pure, refreshing raindrops in every bottle. Taste the difference. Sip the sky.
What do you see when you look up at the clouds? At Richard's Rainwater, we see the greatest source of pure, delicious water looking right back down at us. We've invented a simple, powerful technology to collect and bottle rainwater. Our process begins with the rain. When clouds become saturated, droplets fall from the sky. Rainfall is a naturally cleansing event. During the first few minutes, the raindrops clean the atmosphere and wash away any dirt or debris from surface areas. At this cleanest point in the rain cycle, we collect the pure raindrops into large storage vessels. Then, we use a simple, yet effective combination of ozone and microfiltration to ensure our rainwater surpasses the highest drinking water standards. We pour the pure, refreshing rainwater into glass bottles and aluminum cans, packaging as infinitely renewable as the water itself. Richard's Rainwater is building a network of collection systems across the country to ensure our rainwater is local everywhere. The purest, best-tasting water comes from the sky. Richard's Rainwater. Sip the sky.
We're back in the Roxo Media House studios here in Fort Worth, and I'm your host, Preston Gamster with baseball. Let's get our Season 6 premiere off with men's basketball. Jamie Dixon's team is 9-7 on the season, with all 9 of those wins coming at home. The men fell to Utah on Wednesday, 73-65. And according to Dixon, after the game, they just could not get a stop down the stretch.
Yeah, it was layups. We gave up. I just the ball pressure wasn't there. The way we're trying to play, you can't play that way. With the way we're playing, we weren't aggressive enough. We weren't off to the ball enough. And really, I think we have it charted as being 7 straight layups down the stretch when we had to get stops. And oftentimes it came at the end of clock where we just had to have that ability. But I don't know who you talked to. Our guys were not responding like we had to, like we needed to, like we expected to. But we saw some of that in practice Monday and Tuesday of the guys that were out there.
Noah Reynolds is currently leading the Big 12 in conference play with 20-plus points per game. And Vashon Alette led the Frogs on Wednesday with 19 points and a season-high 9 rebounds. They spoke after the game.
They were really good positional defenders. You got to give credit to them. They did a really good job of, squeezing the lane with their length. It was difficult to get to the rim on them. So give credit to them. Yeah.
I just feel like they played harder than us tonight. You know, they showed more fight and acted like they wanted it more than we did. That's the bottom line.
It's really tough because you kind of fall into a routine of, being in the locker room and celebrating and, enjoying that win with the fans. So, it was different. It felt different. So, you kind of just got to, we got really good opportunities coming up here. So, you got to move on to the next. That's this league. This league is tough. So, got to have that next game mentality. So,
I feel like I'm a guy that I take pride in this basketball stuff. I don't take it for granted. So, you have good days, you have bad days. It's just one we got to bounce back from. Next game mentality.
right. Starts in practice.
Starts in practice, for sure. We just got to buy in. We can't keep, drifting away from each other. We got to stay together in these hard times, and just bounce back.
Dixon, on his State of the Frogs coaches show last night, talked about their 2-3 conference record and a look ahead to Baylor tomorrow.
Too many layups we gave up. It's been a challenge for us. I don't know why. I thought we were showing improvement, but we didn't in that game. And that's just, we say layups, they come in a variety of different ways. Even our transition defense has been pretty good, hurt us in this game. That was disappointing. The second shots was part of it, and ball screen coverage to some degree, but getting post up when the ball got inside more than we wanted to. Mm-hmm. So it was a combination of things. I didn't think we were as aggressive, as physical as we needed to be. And they were physical. Right. And they came in early, just like BYU did early. Right. And trying to get our guys ready for that and prepare them by saying teams are going to come after us because, again, our youth, and try to expose and see if how we're going to respond. Well, no, we won down there last year in a great game. I think it was triple overtime. And, what an unbelievable game. In our first time playing down there, but in that new arena. There's we got to. It's up to us. It's what we are got to do. We've got to get off to a good start. We've got to maintain and know that we're gonna. They're gonna shoot threes. Yeah. We know they're gonna hit some. We've got to limit those, and again, our big emphasis will be this layup thing that we not allowing these baskets. And really, what we got beat last game was just them around the basket versus us around the basket. Yeah. They finished better than we did, and some of that was what they did defensively.
Tomorrow's 4 p.m. tip-off is scheduled for national TV on ESPN in Waco. Dixon is 3 wins away from 500 as a head coach. Good luck in Waco. Our top 10 women continue their strong start at 7-0 in the conference and 19-1 overall, with a win over number 23 ranked Utah last night.
Well, first of all, what just an awesome game, awesome environment against a really good team and a really good program. Thankful for everybody that showed up, and the student section was awesome again. But our team, man, that was 40 minutes of high-level basketball. And in the first half, I thought our defense was elite. And it's always tricky once you get to the second half, because in the first half, your staff gets to help kind of talk them through the actions and what's unfolding. You kind of stay a step ahead, and then the second half, they're on the other end. And so they're kind of on an island out there. So give Utah credit for playing a great second half. But I thought Haley did an incredible job all game, creating for us, playing in on balls. She was in a really good rhythm. But that was an overall team effort. And you guys, that was a big one. You got to take care of home court in the Big 12. You have to if you want to have a chance at the end to compete for a title. And so glad we got that done.
Add this win to their string of top 25 ranked teams, starting that hectic stretch of quality Big 12 opponents with no breaks anytime soon. Campbell, on his State of the Frogs coaches show, talks about the upcoming games.
First of all, you take it one game at a time. Mm-hmm. In every game in the Big 12 is an absolute battle. But there's a gauntlet that you've kind of had circled on your calendar as you look at your league schedule. Mm-hmm. And so you got a string of 5 games. Not all of them are ranked in the top 25. all 5 teams are in the top 25.
Right, right.
And so, you go Utah, then we go out on the road to Oklahoma State, which both those teams are top 25.
Yep.
Come back to the Schollmeyer for the Baylor game, which is going to be unbelievable.
Right, right.
And they're playing really good, and they should be ranked in the top 5. And then you got to go to Ames, and you got to go to Kansas State. And so that 5-game gauntlet, you got to take it one game at a time, and get through that segment, and then reset. And then you got the back end of league to finish it out. So right now we're a third of the way through league.
Right.
Take on this 5-game stretch, and then you got a third left on the back end. And Friday night, 6:30 against Utah is going to be the first one. And I think they're the best offensive team in our league.
Okay.
They're unique in their style of play, the way they share the ball. And so we got to figure out a way to slow these guys down.
Yeah. And so that's good for your team as well because, coming into, conference play and having such, a tough schedule with the Big 12, it gets you prepared for, hopefully postseason play as well, too. So you don't have no letdowns. And as you said, not to stub your toe and to be ready for the tournament.
Big 12 gets you ready. In March Madness, which we haven't been since 2010.
Okay.
It's been 15 years since the women's program has punched their ticket. And so if we get the opportunity to go play, you're going to see every style of play, right? Like West Virginia presses for 40 minutes. Kansas State's the best defensive team in the country. Oklahoma State does their 4-out spread pick and roll. Utah's this hybrid 5-out dynamic offense. So it's what you said. No matter your draw in March Madness, after you go through the 18-game grind of the Big 12, you're ready for it.
In case you missed it, after a team beat UCF on Tuesday, Campbell delivered a special post-game message to one dedicated Horned Frog, Ella Hamlin. Now a full-ride scholarship women's basketball player, Hamlin made the team through the open tryouts the team had last year after suffering a string of injuries, forcing them to forfeit 2 games in league play. The Underfrogs were born. Hamlin was the featured guest on Campbell's Coaches Show this week.
I think it was the first day of class, or it was one of the first days of class that I heard about it. I saw like an Instagram post that there was open tryouts, and I knew that I had to at least give it a shot since I love basketball so much. And so I knew I had to be there.
Did you have dreams of coming to play college basketball, or just after high school you didn't think you would play anymore and then just came about? How did that go for you?
I wanted to play in college for like a little bit, but then I just kind of got some smaller stuff and wanted to go to a big school and focus on nursing, which is what I'm doing here.
Right.
So that's why I chose TCU, and I thought basketball was over, but it was just crazy opportunity.
And you talk about nursing, you got to put nursing on hold for a little bit because, of course you're studying it, but you have stuff to do as far as playing basketball and being on a great team, top 10 in the country. How is it playing in the Big 12, one of the best conferences in basketball? How is that excitement for you, the energy, the atmosphere? What has that been like for you being a part of that?
It's just unreal. Like it's such a cool experience to just be able to be a part of such an amazing team with these caliber players, just watching them in practice, playing with them in practice. Like, it just makes me better to be on the team, and I just love watching them and playing with them.
Hamlin is a sophomore from Granbury, about 35 miles southwest of Fort Worth, who averaged 18 points a game in high school, scoring over 1,500 points. Her basketball career is alive, and she is one of the hardest working players on the team and has the utmost respect from her teammates.
But Ella, you've earned a full ride scholarship.
Just to go back and watch the video and see the genuine emotion that everyone had. It wasn't just like Ella was emotional. Everybody in that room, from coaches to players to like support staff, everyone was truly like giving genuine emotion to that moment, and that just shows you the value that every person has in our program.
Yeah, Ella has helped us more than she even knows. So I think it's awesome for her to finally get the opportunity to get a full ride scholarship. She comes in here every single day with a great attitude. She's happy to be here. She's involved in everything, does everything with a smile on her face, and I think she's taught us so much of just resiliency and just the love of basketball. She literally came here just because she loves basketball. There was no money offered. There was nothing given to her. She knew that she probably wasn't going to get that many minutes, but she loves basketball so much, and she just wanted to come out here to play basketball and help the team. So I think that's just a healthy reminder for all of us that we're so blessed to have the opportunity to play basketball, and she kind of just gives us a little bit of that every day. So seeing her being able to get a full ride scholarship, it meant everything. So happy for her.
And for Ella to come on the team and the rest of the girls, like, it was just such a moment for us to be like, wow, like, this community really is coming together, right? These girls came out of their normal lives to come help us out and to be a part of this team and to give us extra jerseys. And that was so special, right? And when Ella came back this next year, we were so grateful, right? We were kind of begging her to come back, and she was just, you know, she contemplated it, but for her to come back and to have the dedication that Ella has is unmatched. Like, I've never met someone that just cares and will do anything for the team that she needs to in order to help. And you know, her dedication every single day, right? To come from Granbury every single day in the summer to, you know, she's in nursing classes. She's a full-time nursing student. And for her to be a walk-on unpaid, right? And to come in this gym every single day and have such a good attitude and just joy about her, it's so unbelievably rare, and it's so much deserved. I really don't think people understand how deserved it is for Ella to get that scholarship.
It's unique, and not every place is like that, but we all value each other in your roles, whatever your role is, whether you're a coach or you're our athletic trainer or you're Ella or you're Madison Connor, like, everyone is valued. And we all support each other, and to see Ella be rewarded for the mental energy and effort and support that she's given us, you know, it was really special, and to see her react to it and how grateful she was for the moment, it was awesome. So I couldn't be happier for her.
Moments like this are just one of many on the team that make it one of the best teams on and off the court in Division I basketball. Madison Connor, who leads the nation in three-pointers made, Haley Van Lith, who is just 8 assists away from 500, and Sedona Prince, who was named the record 5th Big 12 Player of the Week, talked about the joy of playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the joy that we have to play the game that we get to play, and you know, Coach fosters such an environment of togetherness that you can't emulate that in any other system, that you don't show up for each other every day. So I think that it's a testament to the values that our coaches instill in us. But also, you know, when a teammate or someone on our team is struggling, like, we all have each other's back. And that is where the trust is built, and that's where the true joy comes out. Because I know that at the end of the day, if I'm in a mood and I'm in a funk and I can't hit a shot, like, my teammates are going to make sure that I still have fun. And so that is where it's special, and that's where you see all those smiles and the joy.
I mean, you can see it, right? Like, it's visible, it's palpable when we're in the court together, when we're playing together, when we're just in the arena or in anywhere together as a team, right? We love each other so much, and yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we think about it like through all of our own individual careers. We've truly been through so much adversity, right? So many setbacks, so much just like frustrating times in our lives and our basketball careers. And we've all been brought here in our own different ways, right? Life has brought us here, and now it's just this moment to appreciate each other and to really just love, you know, what we're doing, what we're able to build, and these moments that we're in, right? And it's just so much gratitude, right? But yeah, I mean, being on the court with these girls is a blast. I love to play with them. I have so much fun out there. I'm able to trust them and to know that, like, man, these women have put in so much work, right? They have grinded to be where I'm at, or to be where we're at. They have, you know, we've worked so hard to be here together. And I just trust them, right? I'm able to trust them and play off of them and play with them. And we just have such a bond and chemistry that's unmatched.
Yeah, I think we play the game the right way. All of us want to win. We all have the same common goal in mind. So I think that makes it easy that we have fun on the court. And all of us we obviously have our own individual goals, but if the team doesn't do well, then none of those individual goals are going to flourish. So I think that we all push each other and want each other to be great, so it can be for the better of the group.
Connor, Van Lith, and Prince combined boast the 3rd highest scoring trifecta in the country. And TCU is one of only 4 programs with 3 players averaging 16 points per game. Lastly, Prince and Van Lith were tabbed as the most valuable duo in women's basketball. Prince leads the Big 12 in conference-only points per game at 22-plus points, and Van Lith is the lone D1 player averaging 17 points, 6 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. And both of them together are the definition of iron sharpens iron.
dude, Haley is such a blessing, right, to this program, to me. You know, she came on a visit, and I was just like talking to her dad, like, you know, man, we could do something special here. And he was like, I agree. You know, it could be really special, and the bond and the chemistry that you guys could have could just be unlike anything else, right? And so for us to be able to build that throughout this year has been so much fun. To see her confidence grow and to really just for her to come out of her shell, right, in the basketball sense, it's been so amazing to watch and to see her breakthrough. But yeah, I mean, Haley's probably the best guard I've ever played with in my life, right? And it's so fun to play with a player that's so selfless. She's so just, you know, caring for me. Like in the game, she'll constantly be like, just keep scoring, right? Get 40 if you can, like keep going, and to be around a player like that is just, she's so talented, and she could, you know, shoot 30 shots a game every single game, right, if she wanted to, and go off for 30 points a game. She's so talented. But for her to encourage me and to feed that back into me, it just makes me so grateful, and just like, it just makes me that much better, right? It makes me want to give back to her and to the rest of the team constantly.
I mean, yeah, we're very old, we're very mature, and it's been able to happen because neither of us are trying to do it all on our own. You know, Sedona knows that I need her to be successful, and she knows that she needs me to be successful, and it's a two-way relationship. And so I'm not trying to do it without Sedona. I want her to dominate. I want her to have 30 and 10, because that just makes my life easier and it makes our team better. And so I think we've been able to do it so easily because we're not fighting each other. And sometimes when you put two players that are that talented together, you fight each other at the beginning, and I just couldn't be more grateful for someone that, you know, has bought into what I can bring, and in return, I'll give that to her.
Up next for the Frogs is Wednesday night in Stillwater as they take on another ranked opponent, number 24, Oklahoma State. The Cowgirls are 15-3 and 5-2 in the Big 12, most recently defeating UCF in Orlando last night. We wish our basketball teams good luck on the other side of this break. Luca will get us caught up with men's tennis. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Squire Shop.
We are locally owned and operated since 1994.
We specialize in the finest men's clothing that the market has to offer at affordable prices with unbelievable service.
We do custom clothing all the way to more casual, Peter Millar, Johnny O, kind of everything. Well, my dad's the owner, so I've been around retail my whole life. Oh, it's great. I mean, it's the best boss I'll ever have. I know that.
We love our TCU community. They have been so good to us. Come see us today. Go Frogs!
We are back here at the Roxo Media House Studios, and I'm Luca Shinn with Frogball. Our number 2 ranked men's tennis team, defending NCAA National Championship men's tennis team, is 2-0 on the season with wins over Abilene Christian last week and last night at SMU, their second win of the season against number 17 Stanford. The team looks a little different, but has a great mix of experienced returners such as Jack Pennington, Pedro Vives, Louis Maxted, and Duncan Chan, along with top newcomers Philippe Appletower, Roger Pasquale, Albert Pedrico, and Cooper Wastendick. We caught up with some of the newcomers after they opened the season at home against ACU.
I'm so happy to be here and to win the first match, the doubles and singles. I think it was a really good match, and I'm so happy about it.
Just try to support the team, just try to get my victories here, and obviously if we can win the national another time this year. 2 in a row would be perfect, and me as a freshman is a dream. So yeah.
I made my decision before we won the national championship, before Louis and Pedro won the doubles, and I mean, it's great to see like that everyone's having such great success. You can see in the past, like they've created so many pro players, and just in general, like they've done such a good job. So I wanted to come to a school that could help me become a professional, and this seemed like the best.
Nah, just I have a few friends in here, a few Spanish friends, and they told me like this school is amazing, that the coaches were very good, and I talked with them since the first moment. This was my only way in college, and I decided to come here. And yeah, nice atmosphere here with a lot of people supporting us, and yeah, very happy for the victory.
I think not only being trying to get better being a tennis player, but I feel like on my visit I could really see that David and Devin, they wanted to only make me a better person as well. So I think tennis-wise, I'm hoping to become a much more mature player and just overall better in each way, and also maturity just in myself as well.
When I was looking about coming here, college, most of the people were saying that TCU was amazing, had a great coaches, great team. So I decided to come here, and in the visit I was so happy about it, and now I'm here.
Pro tennis news, TCU alum Jake Fernley is through to the third round of the Australian Open with wins over Nicholas Kyrgios and Arthur Kazau. Fernley matched up with number 2 seeded and world number 2 Alex Zverev from Germany and wasn't able to keep his Australian Open play going. He shot up 500 spots in the ATP rankings to 92 in the last year and was dubbed as the next Andy Murray. Let's not forget, he led the Frogs to 2 ITA Indoor National Championships and an NCAA National Championship. Good luck, Jake. We will be back with an update on welcoming our new athletic director, Mike Buddy, who we couldn't be more excited about as he was a pitcher at Wake Forest and won a World Series with the 1998 New York Yankees, as well as some Frogs Today programming notes when we return.
Energy does everything for us. It's all-encompassing.
We're all benefiting and affected from it.
And it is something that we all need to know about.
It is the glue that holds everything together.
TCU is powering what matters, our future.
We don't just talk about what's needed, we focus on results.
The Ralph Lowe Energy Institute is creating a world where energy is affordable, sustainable, and reliable.
Welcome back to the show, Frog Nation. TCU welcomed their 9th Director of Intercollegiate Athletics on January 6th. And of course, we are all on board. Former Wake Forest pitcher and Major League Baseball member of the Brewers and Yankees, Mike Buddy, who leaves his AD position at West Point to lead our athletic department.
And let's not forget, as mentioned before the break, he was a member of the New York Yankees 1998 World Series Ball Club. So I think our baseball program remains in good hands for sure. Here are some sound bites from his welcome press conference.
And today, he is the leader of TCU Athletics. He will elevate our programs and lead us all into the future. And today, he is a Horned Frog. Please join me in welcoming Texas Christian University's new Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Mike Buddy.
Thank you, President Pullen, Chancellor Bashini, Ryan. Appreciate this warm welcome. I guess warm may not be the right word for it. It's been a whirlwind, as you can imagine, but you can imagine our comfort level when we woke up this morning to 23 degrees. I don't know who pulled that string just to make us feel right at home. It is not our doing. Please don't blame that on us. You can blame us for a lot of other things in the near future, but not the weather. But we are thrilled to be here. So I mentioned gratitude. Clearly, you don't get to work in this profession or ascend to the opportunity to lead an organization like TCU Athletics without a lot of help. On the personal side, my mom and dad certainly started the foundation of really pouring into myself and my 2 older brothers how important the intersection of athletics and academics are. My 2 older brothers used to kick my face in every day, taught me how to be competitive, how to scratch and claw and fight and have that grit and tenacity that's necessary, not only to be a professional baseball player, but certainly to lead an athletics department. I learned at an early age, you need to be aggressive and fight if you want to get that last brownie at the dinner table. So I guess thank you to my 2 older brothers. And then certainly the core 4, my crew here with me today. This is their 3rd move. My kids are here with us. This is their 3rd time that they've had to uproot. A little bit older now, 24 and 21, so it's not as drastic. But when you live the life that we lead, when you live the life of a coach or an administrator, moves are part of the journey. And so I'm thrilled that they were with us today. I've got Zachary, my 24-year-old part-time musician, part-time environmental biologist, part-time school teacher, full-time awesome. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Our daughter Zoe, who's got 3 semesters left at Cornell University up in New York, who her 3-hour trip to see mom and dad just turned into a little bit longer of a jaunt, but we're so proud of them both. And then my wife Tracy, who was crazy or maybe unintelligent enough to fall in love with a minor league baseball player who, this is probably our 85th move. When you factor in all of the minor league reassignments, getting called up, getting sent down, and she's been along for every adventure, and really excited about this one. So when I got the call from Chad Chatlos, he said, "What do you think about TCU?" I immediately had the most positive of a response. I was assigned by Ron Wellman in 2012 to head up our capital projects team, and we were trying to renovate our football stadium, stay relevant, upgrade the basketball. And he sent myself and a colleague. We visited 17 colleges and universities across the country over 3 months. TCU stood out. The vibrancy, the community, the energy, the buzz, the unbelievable combination of higher education, values-based learning, teacher-scholar model, all within the Fort Worth community, which was just teeming with energy and excitement and just felt at home. And then I got to view the facilities, which this is 2012. I mean, they're even grown by leaps and bounds since then. And it just left this indelible mark and impression on you. So I said to Chad, heck yeah, put my name in there. Then I started actually digging in and reading about the accomplishments of Chancellor Bashini over his decades at the helm. And the lead-on strategic plan. I read about the values, the collective values of this institution, and they're in complete alignment with my personal values. I love innovation. One of the things I loved at West Point was there was no manual that you could follow to try to figure out how to stay competitive in today's landscape. We shouldn't follow a manual. TCU's not going to follow a manual. We're going to take this hard reset that has taken place in college athletics right now. The future is kind of this unwritten script. And through leadership and the business acumen of our leaders, there is no better time and no better place to be at a place like Texas Christian University. I feel honored and thrilled to be a part of this, to be given this great responsibility. The only reason I'm here is because of the thousands of student athletes, cadet athletes, coaches, and staff who have elevated my profile by their success. I have never said that anybody works for me. We all work together for the 500 student athletes here at TCU. They deserve the absolute most extraordinary experience of their time on a college campus. It's the greatest time of our lives. We want to create memories for them that last a lifetime. So I look forward. I appreciate all the well wishes from so many people in this room. Mike Singfield, I got to echo it. Being an interim AD is a thankless, tough position to be in. The communication, the coordination, the transparency has been wonderful. Can't wait to roll up our sleeves and get started. First, we've got to get home and get that Christmas tree out of the living room and vacuum up those needles. But thank you so much for the warm welcome. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We can't wait to get started. Go Frogs.
Frogs Today looks forward to having him on our shows when he gets to campus and throughout the spring.
Speaking of shows, here are some Frogs Today programming notes. Our State of the Frogs coaches shows continue this week with Mark Campbell and Jamie Dixon. In case you missed the most recent episode of Season 1 of State of the Frogs with Mark Campbell, Episode 2 aired yesterday, and you can catch that one at frogstoday.com. And Coach Dixon's show will air this evening at 7 p.m. prior to a team heading down south to Waco for their game tomorrow afternoon.
Don't miss our pre- and post-game shows for men's and women's basketball. Mallory Martyr and Faith Lester will bring you those sights and sounds of Waco tomorrow, and of course, the baseball pregame shows will start up on location when we head to San Diego for the middle of February. You can also catch up on our State of the Frogs with Sonny Dykes in case you miss any of those episodes. Our 14th episode, Season 3, is on demand on our Frogs Today YouTube channel.
Thanks for joining us today, the only media outlet that covers all of TCU athletics. Stay connected for dynamic, original content right here at Frogs Today. For TCU Baseball, I'm Preston Gamster.
And I'm Luca Shinn. For everyone here at Roxo Media, this has been Frogs Today. For Friday, January 18th, thanks for watching and see you at Lupton soon. Go Frogs!
Roxo Media House.